From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, July 30th. Showers will remain possible through the evening hours with mostly cloudy skies. Lows dip into the mid-60s. Tomorrow will keep mostly cloudy with the chance of isolated showers. Highs top out in the upper 70s to low 80s. New guidelines could shake up plans for Marion County schools and students returning to in-person learning. The new guidelines revolve around the positive COVID rate in the entirety of Marion County, not just the individual school. If cases rise or fall, it could mean students will be pulled out of in-person classes. More young people are being infected across the Hoosier State, with new COVID cases climbing since the 4th of July. It doesn't bode well for many schools that are starting out virtually and looking at virus trends to see when they should return to in-person classes. Marion County Health Director Dr. Herman Cain says that the majority seem to be in the upper of the 0 to 18-year-old age bracket. Marion County has just around a 9% positive COVID-19 rate. The health department says schools should only go back to in-person learning based on that rate. And at 9%, Dr. Cain says Marion County is in the yellow stage. That means elementary classes can be in person, while middle and high school need to be hybrid or online only, unless there are fewer than 400 students and they can properly social distance. On top of the guidance, the health department issued a public health order requiring third grade and up to wear masks during the school day, staggering passing periods, permanent seating charts, and limited supply sharing. Mayor Hogsett says while this is a great step forward, the entire plan could change as we learn more about the virus. There's new technology getting ready to launch at Marian University designed to help control the spread of the coronavirus on campus. The technology is called Campus Shield. It's a COVID-19 self-assessment where you answer a couple quick questions about exposure and symptoms. It takes just seconds to finish. It's a new feature in that app. If someone answers no to the COVID questions inside the app, a green badge pops up with a 24-hour timer. Think of it as like an on-campus key. If a student gets a red badge, they're instructed on what to do next, like go to the health center. Every class offered in person is also available online. University employees will have workarounds like teach or work from home if needed. All Marian University students, faculty, and staff are required to download the app. Administrators were asked if there's concern about people potentially not telling the truth about symptoms within the self-assessment. The university administrators say they feel like this new feature in the app will help control the coronavirus on campus. In-person classes at Marion begin on August 17th. The app is free, and it officially launches at the university Monday. And Marion became the latest in a cluster of schools to make adjustments to fall sports. The school is part of the NAIA. Conference leaders said today all fall championships will move to spring. But athletes can still compete in the fall and winter if their schools allow it. The conference plans to decide on a football championship date tomorrow. Now to the latest numbers. Another daily spike in cases. The state health department confirmed 970 new cases. Those were all reported between June 14th and July 29th. Another 13 Hoosiers have died. So far, there are at least 2,746 deaths related to the virus in Indiana. The official healthcare provider for IMS fears fans at the Indy 500 will lead to a spike in coronavirus infections. But IMS thinks it's too early to make that call. IU Health's main concern is what happens around race time, social gatherings, people going to bars and restaurants, and other Indy 500 events. IU Health wants IMS to strongly consider an alternative to allowing fans until the virus is better under control. IMS hit back last night, saying IU Health's viewpoint is inaccurate and premature. Right now, the plan is to limit capacity to 25% and require all fans to wear masks. Florida is already bracing for tropical storm Isaisa, closing COVID-19 testing sites ahead of its arrival. Right now, the storm is pouring rain on Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. It has a maximum sustained winds of 60 miles an hour. It will likely reach the Bahamas tomorrow, then Florida over the weekend. At last check, the National Hurricane Center does not expect the storm to become a hurricane before reaching the U.S. mainland. The stakes are raised on Capitol Hill to agree on financial relief for Americans. A new report shows the pandemic sent the U.S. economy plunging at a record rate. It contracted by about 10% from April to June and 33% annually, the worst since the government started keeping track more than 70 years ago. On top of that, the Labor Department says first-time unemployment claims increased for a second straight week. An economist at IU told us today the number of jobless claims will be an indicator of a rebounding economy. The additional $600 federal benefit program expires this week. Congressional negotiators are at a standstill on a massive $3 trillion relief bill. It could take weeks before a deal is made. Small businesses in Indianapolis have more time to apply for aid. The Ready to Restart program deadline is now extended to August 28th. Business owners can apply for up to $5,000 for PPE, sanitizing stations, and other COVID-related opening costs. The program launched in June. Since then, leaders have approved more than $1 million through 289 grants. A program to help parents pay child support is relaunching next month. The Marion County prosecutor is bringing back the Good Faith Initiative. The program helps parents who have fallen behind on payments and lost their driver's license. So for all of August, those parents can make affordable payments toward their child support obligation and get their license back. The goal is to help people who are willing to make a good faith effort. The prosecutor says 105 people got their licenses reinstated in December when the program first launched. The Justice Department's decision to dismiss the case against Michael Flynn will go under review. A federal appeals court set arguments today for August 11th. Flynn, the former national security advisor, originally pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his contacts with the Russian ambassador during the presidential transition period. Then in May, the Justice Department said the FBI didn't have the grounds to question Flynn. A panel then ruled a judge overstepped his bounds by not granting the department's request to dismiss the case. The court did not explain why it ordered the review. Former GOP candidate for president Herman Cain has died. He'd been battling the coronavirus for several weeks. It's not clear when or where he was infected, though he was hospitalized less than 2 weeks after attending President Trump's campaign rally in Tulsa. Cain was given a 30% chance of survival in 2006 when he was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. He ran for president in 2011. And tonight, Congressman John Lewis is being celebrated as an American hero. 3 former presidents joined in the eulogies at Lewis's funeral in Atlanta today. Today's private service followed nearly a week of mourning that took Lewis from his birthplace in Alabama to the nation's capital, back to his final resting place in Georgia. Former President Barack Obama called Lewis a man of unbreakable perseverance. Lewis spent his whole life fighting for civil rights. He wrote an essay published today by the New York Times. In it, he implores younger generations to keep fighting in his own farewell to America. Part of it reads, "In my life, I have done all I can to demonstrate that the way of peace, the way of love and nonviolence is the more excellent way. Now it is your turn to let freedom ring." Lewis died on July 17th. He was 80 years old. And tonight, Congress is bestowing its highest honor upon the crew of the USS Indianapolis. Today marks 75 years since Japanese fighters sunk the ship in World War II. 879 crewmen died. Just 316 men returned home, and 8 are still alive. Today, Congress honored the crewmen with a Congressional Gold Medal in a virtual ceremony. Former Senator Joe Donnelly thanked the crew on behalf of all Hoosiers. A new USS Indianapolis combat ship was commissioned last year. It's the 4th warship to bear the name Indianapolis. Breonna Taylor will be featured on the cover of Oprah Winfrey's magazine in September. It's the first time in the publication's 20-year history Winfrey herself will not be on the cover. Winfrey revealed the cover on social media today. She said the issue will honor Taylor's life and every other black woman whose life has been taken too soon. Louisville police shot and killed Taylor in March. Her death fueled protests in the city and across the country. The September issue of O Magazine comes out August 11th. The president of FIFA is under investigation. A Swiss special prosecutor is looking into meetings between Gianni Infantino and the Swiss Attorney General. The prosecutor says he found indications of criminal conduct related to those meetings. That includes possible abuse of public office, breach of official secrecy, and assisting offenders. Both men have denied any wrongdoing. Infantino has been the head of the World Soccer since 2016. The biggest and most sophisticated Mars rover ever built is heading to the Red Planet. NASA launched Perseverance from Florida this morning. It's supposed to land on Mars in February. The 6-wheeled rover will drill down into a crater and collect geological samples. Those samples will be eventually brought back to Earth in about 10 years, then analyzed for evidence of ancient life. China and the UAE also have spacecrafts en route to Mars. All right, 5 months later, the NBA is ready to restart the season. The first regular season games are tonight in the bubble. The Pelicans play the Jazz and the Lakers take on the Clippers. The Pacers don't play until Saturday. Just 22 teams will finish out the season. We should know which 16 teams will be in the playoffs next month. And just a reminder, our daily We Stand Together podcast will move to the all-new Our City, Our Voice podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network beginning Monday, August 3rd. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.